Today we're in Scarborough and we've made our way up to Scalby Mills, parked at the side of the road, free parking. Let's see what we can find today. We're just turning right now, walking along the North Bay towards the castle, and let's have a look at what's at the other side of Scarborough. And here we are, we have a sculpture of Freddie Gilroy. This is just on the North Bay as you walk by. Looking towards the South Bay now, we're going to have a wander around down there. We're just having a little look at the fairground. In the front, on the left hand side, we've got the harbour. We're just at the back of the fun fair and we're going to go down into the middle towards the lighthouse and see what we can see there. And you've got the fish dock at the far side. Well, we're right in the centre of Scarborough. Just going to have a quick look round before we start our walk and give you a rough idea what Scarborough's like. We're in the South Bay at the moment and we'll give you a quick look round the bay. And there's a famous bridge there, look. We don't know the names of everything, so we'll show you the pictures and you can come in and look for yourself. Well, it's packed to the door today. It's just the end of August. There's a lot of people about. It's a week before they go back to school. Just behind us we've got Scarborough Castle. We're going to go up there and have a look a bit later on. We're just sat in the harbour now watching trawler go out and people watching, and it's just great being sat here in Scarborough today with sun shining. There's plenty of people about. And we've got the little boat that just cruises round the bay there. Just going out. We've got a couple of seagulls there, looking. Somebody just watching and wandering about. It's amazing what a sunny day will do. Certainly brought them out today. Well, we've made our way up onto the castle walls and there's a great chance here to take some good photographs. We're looking out over the harbour, which we've just been round, and there's the lighthouse there in front of you, which we've walked down there as well. And then just on your left hand side, down below, you've got the fun fair. And we just go up on the walls and look out into the distance across the bay. We're just walking up the outside of the walls. As you can see, that's pretty steep. We've still a lot more to see, but we're just giving you a brief look at Scarborough before we start our walk. You're walking with a taxi driver today. We're steadily going forward uphill. The entrance to the castle is in front. You can see the flag. As we walk down the side of the wall, we see a tiny part of the castle in front of us. We drop down and go back up the steps at the other side, and that is the entrance to the castle. We're not going in today because we want to complete our walk, but there's nothing to stop you coming in and having a look for yourself. Just below the castle, facing out towards the sea, you've got like a little kiddies play area here. There's a tiny little miniature castle and there's a boat and there's some seats in that to have a picnic. As we walk to the crest of the hill, past the playground on our left hand side, we see the entrance to Scarborough Castle. Just walk by the front of the castle, downhill 200 yards, and we've got a graveyard there with Anne Bronte's grave, and we're going to go and have a look at that. Well, there's a plaque here placed by the Bronte Society. And then just behind we've got Anne Bronte's grave. She was born 1820 and died 1849, aged 29 years. She died on May the 28th. We've got St Mary's Church on our left hand side. We're going to have a look in Picador Gallery. We're walking down Castle Road. We've got Wilson's Mariners' Homes on our right hand side, AD 1836. And here we are, we're outside Picador Gallery now. We're going to go in and see Martin. If you need any decent pictures of Scarborough, this is a place to come. We like coming down to Picador because Martin always makes us welcome, and this is just one or two of the pictures that you can buy inside his shop. And if you look at that there, you've got a lovely reflection coming off the top of the hills and the castle there, look. Let's show you a few more. These are local photographers and artists' photographs put on the canvas by Martin. And he's very patient, is Martin, I must admit. Most of what Martin does is round the Scarborough area, but if you have any weddings or birthdays or anything that wants putting onto canvas, come in and see him, he'll gladly do it. We've just left Martin at the Picador Gallery. We walk 100 yards, we're back onto the front, looking over the North Bay. We're going to head down towards Peasholme Park now, and there's a quick look at the castle from a distance. Probably the best shot we've had all day because we've stood well back. We're down at Peasholme Park now, just having a quick look round as we wander through. As you can see, everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. Nice sunny day. Just behind us we've got the two Navy ships. We're just on the top of the pagoda now. And here we are, we've just left Peasholme and we're just having a look at the tiny little North Bay Railway. Little trains just coming in now, or they're just changing tracks, I think. They're just getting on the tiny little train now, and it's going to take them up to Scalby Mills, and they've got the Marine Life Centre there, or the Sea Life Centre should I say. We're just waiting for the train to come under the bridge, and we're just near the open air theatre here and just watching things going on. He's coming now. He's coming now, so we're going to turn round. And here we are, we've got the little train. And then in the background there you've got a water slide. There's plenty going on here, there is that. Here we are, watch this, watch this. Right, we'll leave it at that now. And here we are, we've got the open air theatre just past a little railway station. And looks if they're warming up for the performance tonight. If you walk or if you go on the railway, you'll end up at Scalby Mills. We've walked by the front of the open air theatre. Scalby Mills in the distance, and you've got the Sea Life Centre there. And there's a good bit of crab fishing there. We've made our way to the far end where the little railway line stops and the Sea Life Centre is, to a place called Scalby Mills. We've parked our car at the side of the road, down the side of the golf course, and we're heading along the Cleveland Way, as you can see in front of you, up to Cloughton Wyke, back down the railway line and making it around. Golf course is just behind us. As we walk down the road, we've got the old Scalby Mills pub in front of you. Just to the right hand side, we've got the little bridge. We cross over the bridge, turn left and walk across the top on the Cleveland Way. We'll just give you a quick shot of Scalby Mills before we start, and we're just going to cross over the bridge now. As we make our way onto the top, we look to our left and we've got Scalby back there. So we're out on the Cleveland Way now. Let's have just a quick look back at Scarborough. On the right hand side we've the Marine Centre there, Sea Life Centre. And there we've got Scarborough Castle in North Bay. Slight bit of breeze on but sunny. Looks like we're in for a good day. We just walked along the cliff path, and as you can see there's erosion, or a fair bit of erosion along the way. It's only like sort of sandy sort of soil is this. And as we look down on our right, we've got the little wading birds on the shoreline. As we walk along, following the Cleveland Way, we have a look to our left. We've got a farm in distance, and this field has just been baled. The tide's going out at the moment by the look of it. It's quite a sunny day today, but with a fair breeze blowing. We look to our left, we've got a farmer there ploughing the land. We just keep taking a shot every now and again of the cliffs and the sort of stony beach in front. And we've got a seat and we just keep heading forward. We look out to sea, we've got a little fishing boat. We keep going, path drops down and comes up the other side. We see a sign saying Burniston Village 1 mile, Cleveland Way, Ravenscar 6.5. We're just heading towards Ravenscar. We come out the other side of the little dip and keep walking across the top. You can see the sea on your left hand side. We look down below us, we've a man with a couple of dogs. Probably picking mussels or worms to go fishing with. We pass what we think is possibly a lookout station. When we get close up, we see it is a Coast Guard station, Long Nab, and the mine shelter. The original station was built in 1927, and it was for a lookout for the Second World War to protect the Coast Guards. One of its main functions was to look out for mines or torpedoes. We just keep heading forward past the shelter. We're heading towards Cloughton Wyke now. We're not that far off. It's amazing what machinery can do today. He's rotivating and drilling at the same time, and we've got the sea just at the side of us. We just keep heading forward. We've got to drop down now and back up the other side. We keep getting a strong gust of wind every now and again, but it's not too bad really. We look just down below the cliffs and we can see we've got like a rope ladder and a bit of a ladder there, so somebody must go down there, or maybe when it's high tide, that's maybe for safety to get you out, because if you got trapped in there, there's no way out without that. Yeah, I'd say definitely that is for safety, the rope and the ladder. We think this is nearly where we want to be, but we'll go a bit further yet and check it out properly. That's the edge where we've just walked round. And then in front, as you can see, we drop down in, back up the steps through the trees at the other side, and just on our right is where the rope and the ladder is. As we come up the other side, we can see the road on our left hand side, but we're just heading forward, hopefully going down to the beach. As we walk forward and it drops down, there's a tiny little path down to the beach, and we're on that going down. And now we've dropped down out of the breeze, it's nice and warm down here, so we think we're going to have a sandwich here now for an hour. You can see the tide's still going out and the kelp is just in the front of us there, look. Well, we've had an hour down in Cloughton Wyke, down on a nice flat rock, had a cup of tea and a sandwich. So we're off back up the path to join the bit of tarmac road that heads towards the railway line now. Well, we've walked to the top of Cloughton Wyke now, and we see there's a seat on our left hand side, so you don't have to go down to the beach, but you're out the wind down there, it's quite warm. So we're heading forward up the tiny bit of track towards Cloughton, but just before we get there we'll be picking the railway line up, turning left back towards Scalby Mills, or Scarborough virtually. Within another few minutes we'll be picking up the old railway line. Here we are, just at the top of the bridge. We turn left now onto the railway line. So we just keep heading forward now. We're looking to our right hand side. Well, we're on the old railway line now. This is used for cyclists as well as walkers. Well, I best get out of the way because they're coming towards us. So we're up above the farmland now, and we'll take the odd shot as we go along. That was left, and we look to our right, and we've got a farm with a pond in front and a few cattle, and we think this is the back end of Cloughton, or the end of the village. And as you can see, we've got horses as well. We've just moved to the side to let her get through. As we get to the road, head forward in front of the old station tea room. As we walk by the old station, we look to our left hand side and we see an old railway carriage there, look, just on its own. And the old station is a bed and breakfast as well as self-catering accommodation. We're just heading forward. The railway line's on your left hand side. We seem to have a fair few horses either side of the tracks. We're looking at the left at the moment, there's 4 there. And as you can see, every few hundred yards we're crossing over these little tiny bridges. When you get to the road in Burniston, cross over, turn left, walk 50 yards, and then the path's on your right. We're still following the old railway line. You can't get lost with this one, just keep heading forward. We've just left Burniston, crossed over a little stream, and we're heading towards Scalby now. As we walk along and look to our left hand side, we can see Scarborough Castle there with the sun just shining on it. Every now and again as you walk along you've the odd seat, so if you feel like a rest you can sit down or just admire the view. We come to the end of the track and turn left. We're following the cycle route now. Walk to the end of the road, turn left again, then down to the end and turn right, and then turn left down Chichester Close. You'll see the cycle sign on the street lamp. Walk down to the bottom, then turn right. The sign says Scarborough to Whitby Trailway. Then just keep heading forward along the trailway. When we get to the road we go straight over. We just keep heading forward. We're looking for a left turn now. We cross over another tiny road, heading down what looks like a tunnel of trees, going downhill. As we go through the gate In front of us we see the old bridge. We walk through the gate about 50 feet, look to our left hand side and you've got the cycleway. We turn left there. The bridge is in front. If you get to the bridge you've gone too far. So we're bearing off slightly right, following the cycleway now. Just keep following the cycle track. It dips down, then goes straight forward up through the trees. We head forward and come out onto a long drive. We've got the golf course on our right hand side. When we reach the road we turn right. Walk forward 100 yards and then turn left. You've got the Sea Life Centre sign in front of you and the Ivanhoe pub. Well, we're back to Scalby Mills Road where we parked our car. It was free parking. We've had just a brief look around Scarborough. We can't show you everything, and we hope you've enjoyed the walk from the end of Scarborough, Scalby Mills, up to Cloughton Wyke and back down the railway line to make it around. You've been walking with a taxi drive today?